Before you think about aliens, before you imagine strange worlds or unfamiliar minds, you first feel the universe itself. You look up at the night sky, and something inside you quietly stirs. The stars do not rush. They do not shout. They simply exist, scattered across an endless darkness that feels both empty and full at the same time. Science tells you that this universe is enormous beyond intuition. There are hundreds of billions of galaxies, each holding hundreds of billions of stars. Around many of those stars, planets quietly circle, warmed by distant light. Some are frozen, some are burning, some sit in gentle zones where water could flow, where chemistry could breathe, where life might slowly learn to notice itself. When you hear these numbers, your mind stretches, then softens. It becomes almost obvious that life should not be rare. The ingredients are everywhere. Carbon drifts through space. Water hides in comets and clouds. Energy pours endlessly from stars. Nature, when given time, seems to experiment without hesitation. And yet, despite all this abundance, the sky remains silent. You live in an age where your machines listen constantly. Radio telescopes sweep the heavens, sensitive enough to detect a whisper from across the galaxy. Space probes travel beyond the outer planets, carrying messages etched in metal, hoping someday to be found. Your world has been sending signals into space for more than a century now, like ripples spreading across a cosmic ocean. Nothing answers back. This silence is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is simply there, steady and unbroken. Scientists call this the Fermi paradox. If the universe is so vast, so old, and so capable of producing life, then where is everyone? Where are the civilizations, the visitors, the unmistakable signs that intelligence has bloomed elsewhere? As you sit with this question, it begins to feel less like a puzzle and more like a mirror. The paradox is not just about aliens. It is about expectation. You expect life to announce itself. You expect intelligence to expand, to explore, to leave marks behind. But the universe has never promised that intelligence behaves the way you do. Time in space moves differently. Civilizations may rise and fall like brief sparks. A species could exist for 1,000,000 years and still vanish without leaving a trace you could notice. Signals fade. Planets change. Stars die and are reborn. The universe does not archive its stories neatly. It erases as often as it creates. You also begin to realize how young you are. Modern human technology has existed for the smallest fraction of cosmic time. If the universe were a calendar year, your entire technological era would occupy less than a single second before midnight. You are listening during a moment so brief it almost does not exist. So the silence may not mean absence. It may mean misalignment. Other civilizations could have spoken millions of years ago, long before your species learned how to hear. Others may not yet have emerged. Some may never use radio at all. Some may look inward instead of outward, building worlds of thought rather than machines of travel. As these possibilities settle in, the question slowly changes. It becomes quieter, heavier. You stop asking why aliens have not come here. You begin asking whether meeting was ever likely to happen at all. The universe may be full of life, yet structured in a way that keeps each island of awareness apart. Vast distances stretch between stars. Even light takes years to cross the smallest gaps. Messages weaken as they travel, dissolving into background noise. What feels nearby on a star map is, in reality, unimaginably far. You are not standing in an empty cosmos. You are standing in a quiet one, a place where life may exist everywhere, but contact is rare, fleeting, and fragile. You begin to sense that the universe does not rush toward connection. It expands, cools, and ages with patient indifference. Stars burn, planets drift, and life learns slowly, each civilization wrapped in its own moment, separated not by walls, but by the gentle, unstoppable flow of cosmic history unfolding eternally. And as you breathe with that thought, another realization begins to form, soft but unsettling. Perhaps the greatest barrier between civilizations is not hostility or fear, but something simpler and colder. Perhaps it is time itself, quietly flowing past every world, never stopping long enough for two minds to meet. Thank you, gently and sincerely, to every member of this channel. Your time, your curiosity, and your willingness to listen slowly matter more than algorithms ever will. This journey exists because you choose to be here, and because you are willing to sit with questions that have no easy answers. You begin to understand that space is not simply emptiness between stars. It is distance layered with time, and time layered with consequence. When you imagine another civilization somewhere among the galaxies, it feels close in thought, almost reachable. But the universe does not measure closeness the way your mind does. It measures it in years of light, in generations of motion, in journeys so long they outlive the travelers who begin them entirely. The nearest star system beyond your own sun lies more than 4 light-years away. Light, the fastest thing that exists, takes over 4 years to cross that gap. Anything slower must wait longer. Your fastest spacecraft, if aimed in that direction, would take tens of thousands of years to arrive. In that span, entire civilizations can rise, change, and disappear without ceremony or record. You realize then that distance is not a wall, but a delay. And delays matter. They stretch intention into irrelevance. A signal sent with hope arrives to silence. A response comes back to a world that no longer exists. Communication across space becomes a conversation where no one is alive at the same moment to speak and listen together. The universe is old beyond comfort. 13.8 billion years have passed since its beginning. Stars formed, burned, collapsed, and seeded space with new elements long before Earth even cooled. Life on your planet required billions of quiet years just to learn how to breathe, to divide, to adapt. Intelligence arrived late, tentative, and fragile. When you place humanity's story on this timeline, it feels like a whisper at the end of a long sentence. Modern technology has existed for barely a century. Radio signals, television waves, radar pulses have been leaking into space for only a short time. That expanding bubble of noise is thin, faint, and already dissolving into background radiation. If another civilization exists far away, they would need to be not only intelligent, but synchronized with you in time. They would need to rise, develop technology, choose to transmit, and listen during the same narrow window you occupy now. The odds of such alignment are smaller than distance alone can explain. You begin to see that civilizations may be ships passing in a cosmic night, separated not by hostility, but by timing. One may flourish while another still sleeps in chemistry. One may fade into extinction before the other ever learns to ask questions. The universe does not coordinate its awakenings. Even travel, the romantic idea of crossing stars, bends under time's weight. A journey that takes thousands of years demands a civilization willing to commit resources, patience, and lives to a destination they will never personally see. Biological beings age. Societies change. Purpose erodes across generations. The longer the journey, the thinner the reason becomes. Some imagine machines instead. Probes that do not tire. Artificial minds that do not age. Yet even machines face decay. Radiation damages circuits. Collisions destroy momentum. Navigation across shifting gravitational fields requires constant correction. Space is not empty kindness. It is an environment that erodes everything given enough time. As you sit with this, you notice how deeply human expectation colors the question. You imagine aliens as visitors because you imagine yourself as one. You project your urge to explore, to expand, to leave home behind. But intelligence does not guarantee restlessness. Awareness does not require conquest. A civilization may turn inward, mastering its own world so completely that the stars lose relevance. Time also shapes caution. The longer a species survives, the more it learns how easily survival ends. Silence may become wisdom. Staying hidden may feel safer than announcing existence into an unknown universe. When you do not know who is listening, quiet can feel like protection. From this view, the silence no longer feels strange. Feels natural. The universe is vast enough that life can exist everywhere and still never overlap. Each intelligence is wrapped in its own era, its own distance, its own moment of awareness that fades before another begins. You are not late and you are not early. You are simply present now. alive during a brief opening when the universe allows you to wonder about others. That wondering itself may be rare. It may be fragile. It may never be answered. As these thoughts settle, the search for aliens begins to feel less like a mission and more like meditation. You are not waiting for contact. You are learning what separation truly means. You are learning that distance is not measured in kilometers, but in years that cannot be crossed. And as the weight of time stretches around you, another question quietly surfaces. If distance and time keep minds apart, then perhaps the universe itself enforces deeper limits still. Limits written not in space, but in the laws that govern everything that moves at all. As you drift further into the question, you begin to feel the presence of something firm beneath everything else. Not distance, not time, but rule. The universe, for all its beauty and mystery, is not endlessly flexible. It runs on laws that do not bend for curiosity, longing, or intelligence. No matter how advanced a civilization becomes, it must still move within the same quiet constraints. One of those constraints shapes everything that travels. Nothing, as far as science can tell, moves faster than light. This is not a technological limitation. It is woven into reality itself. Light is not simply fast. It is the maximum speed at which cause and effect can travel. It is the universe's way of keeping events in order. You imagine a signal leaving a distant star. It races outward at light speed, spreading like a growing sphere through space. Years pass, decades, centuries. By the time it reaches another system, the world that sent it may already be gone. Their oceans may have boiled away. Their cities may have turned to dust. Their species may exist only as scattered atoms drifting through space. Even if that signal is received, answering it begins another long wait. Communication becomes asymmetrical, stretched across lifetimes. There is no conversation, only echoes. No dialogue, only messages cast into the dark, hoping someone, somewhere, still exists to notice them. Travel faces even harsher limits. To move massive objects near the speed of light requires enormous energy. As speed increases, mass effectively grows heavier, demanding more and more fuel for smaller gains. At light speed, the energy requirement becomes infinite. The universe draws a line and does not explain itself further. You begin to realize that faster travel is not being withheld. It is being forbidden. No clever engine design changes this. No intelligence escapes it. The rule applies equally to bacteria, humans, and hypothetical ancient civilizations older than stars. So the dream of easy interstellar travel softens. Journeys between stars are not adventures. They are commitments spanning millennia. Ships become tombs or museums. Crews become legends long before arrival. Purpose must survive generation after generation without guarantee of reward. Some imagine shortcuts, wormholes, warped space, folded dimensions. These ideas are not fantasies, but mathematical possibilities, fragile and unproven. Even if they exist, they demand forms of matter and energy no civilization has ever observed. They remain equations, not doorways. And so the universe remains large in a way that resists crossing. It does not collapse distances simply because someone wishes to connect. It preserves separation with gentle consistency, like an ocean without bridges. As this settles in, you notice something subtle. The laws of physics are not hostile. They are indifferent. They do not block contact to be cruel. They simply maintain structure. Without limits, reality dissolves into chaos. With limits, stars burn steadily, atoms hold together, and time flows forward without confusion. From this perspective, the silence begins to feel inevitable. Even if alien civilizations exist everywhere, each one is isolated inside a bubble defined by light speed and lifespan. Each one experiences the universe locally. Surrounded by stars it may never touch. You consider how small your own bubble is. The signals humanity has sent form a faint shell only a little over 100 light-years wide. Beyond that, Earth is radio silent, invisible, just another quiet planet orbiting an unremarkable star. If another civilization exists beyond that shell, they cannot know you are here yet. And if one exists within it, their signals may be too weak, too different, or too brief to recognize. Communication requires not only physics, but coincidence. The universe does not guarantee coincidence. You also begin to sense a deeper implication. The same rules that prevent easy contact also protect fragile life. If faster than light travel were possible, catastrophes could propagate instantly. Stars could influence stars without delay. Stability would collapse. The universe would not age gracefully. It would fracture. Limits create longevity. Separation allows complexity to develop independently. Perhaps intelligence is not meant to merge quickly, but to unfold privately, each in its own corner of existence. This thought carries a strange comfort. The silence is not a failure. It is a consequence of order. Life may exist in abundance, yet remain spread thinly across space-time, like distant candles that never illuminate each other's rooms. As you breathe with this idea, the universe feels less lonely and more vast in a careful way. A place where connection is rare not because it is forbidden emotionally, but because it is constrained physically. A place where awareness blooms quietly, unnoticed by others, yet meaningful within itself. You begin to understand that meeting aliens was never just a question of technology. It was a question of whether reality itself allows meetings to happen easily at all. And so far, the answer seems gentle but firm. And as the laws of motion close softly around every world, another possibility emerges, even quieter than physics. Perhaps the silence is not only enforced by limits, but chosen by those who learn, over time, what attention in a vast universe might invite. You come to the final stretch of this journey not with certainty, but with calm. After distance, time, and physical law have all shaped the question, something softer now takes form. The universe has shown you how difficult meeting can be, but difficulty alone does not explain everything. There is another layer, one that emerges only when intelligence survives long enough to reflect on its own fragility. You imagine a civilization that has existed for thousands, perhaps millions of years, long enough to understand its planet deeply, long enough to experience near extinction, environmental collapse, internal conflict, and recovery, long enough to learn that intelligence is powerful, but never invulnerable. Such a civilization would not see the universe as empty. It would see it as unknown. From that perspective, silence becomes a choice. In the vastness of space, sending a signal is not a greeting. It is an announcement. It reveals location, technology, and intent all at once. It says, "We are here. We are capable. We exist." For a young civilization, this feels hopeful. For an old one, it may feel reckless. You begin to understand the idea sometimes called the dark forest. Imagine the universe as a forest at night, filled with unseen beings. Every civilization is a hunter, uncertain who else may be watching. Making noise draws attention. Remaining quiet preserves safety. In such a forest, silence is not loneliness. It is survival. This idea is unsettling, but not dramatic. It does not require hostile aliens. It requires only uncertainty. When you do not know the intentions of others, restraint becomes rational. Even benevolent civilizations may choose silence, knowing that misunderstanding across light years could be irreversible. You notice how closely this mirrors your own world. On Earth, isolation is often mistaken for weakness. But in nature, survival frequently depends on camouflage, stillness, and discretion. Intelligence does not always announce itself. Sometimes it hides, observes, and waits. If advanced civilizations exist, they may have learned that the universe is not obligated to be kind. Cosmic events wipe out entire ecosystems without malice. Asteroids strike, stars flare, radiation floods space. Life survives by adapting quietly, not by advertising loudly. So perhaps the universe is not empty of voices. Perhaps it is full of listeners. You also consider another possibility. Maybe intelligence changes its priorities as it matures. Expansion may give way to preservation. Exploration may give way to understanding. Instead of spreading outward, civilizations may turn inward, creating vast internal worlds of knowledge, simulation, and thought. When fulfillment is found within, the stars lose urgency. From this view, humanity's search for others is not wrong. It is simply young. You are still learning what it means to exist in a universe that does not revolve around you. You are still deciding how loudly to speak into the dark. Your own signals now drift outward, fragile and unprotected. They carry music, language, images, fragments of who you are. They are hopeful, curious, unaware of who might hear them, if anyone ever does. There is something deeply human in that openness. And yet, as you reflect, you realize the silence has given you something valuable. It has forced you to look inward. In the absence of others, you confront yourself. You ask what kind of civilization you are becoming. One that rushes outward without reflection, or one that learns first how to care for the small world it already has. If you are alone, then the responsibility is immense. If you are not alone, then the responsibility is still immense. In either case, your actions matter. How you treat your planet, your species, and your future may determine whether you ever become someone worth meeting. The universe does not seem to reward haste. It rewards balance. Stars burn steadily for billions of years. Life evolves slowly, through patience and persistence. Perhaps intelligence, too, must learn restraint before it earns connection. As this final thought settles, the silence feels different. It is no longer a void demanding answers. It is a space inviting maturity, a reminder that not all meaningful encounters happen across galaxies. Some happen within a single species, learning how to survive its own power. You are left not with fear, but with humility. The universe may be full of life, quietly watching, quietly waiting. Or it may be waiting for you to grow into the kind of presence that does not rush to be seen. And now, before this journey gently ends, there is a moment to pause and acknowledge something important. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening slowly, for choosing curiosity over noise, reflection over certainty. This channel exists because you are willing to sit with questions that do not resolve cleanly. If this journey resonated with you, if these ideas brought you a sense of calm, wonder, or perspective, consider staying with this space. Subscribing is not just a click. It is a quiet way of saying you value thoughtful exploration, science spoken gently, and questions allowed to breathe. More journeys like this are waiting, more silence to explore, more wonder to unfold, one careful thought at a time. And as the universe continues its quiet expansion, you remain here, listening. Not because answers are guaranteed, but because the act of wondering itself may be the rarest signal of all.